Hello, my energy empire. What's really good in the hood? What's happening in your side of the towns? But nevertheless, let's just get straight into it. Today, with no hesitation, we are doing our end of year 2024 top 5 list. And I can't lie on this one. It was mad. Crazy. Real talk. We struggled with this one. Before I even get into it, I just want to say big up to all the artists in the UK that dropped their album this year. Very impressive. Can't even lie to you lot. Like, the body of work this year, built different. So you know what? I'm actually pleased to drop this documentary right now with my top 5. Might give you a top 10 if you go onto the Instagram. I usually actually add the other 5 that should have made it in the top 10, but we only highlight the top 5 right now. So, Energy Empire, before I get into it, let me just say this one was sticky. I think it's actually going to be the first time I'm going to have to give a draw on a 5th place, simply because it was hard to decipher who I should take off the 5th ranking. Only reason for this, why I'm giving a draw, is because I couldn't decide. And when I think about both artists, the body of work was what it needed to be. So, let me just drop this introduction quickly, and then let's get into it.
Still, got it on me, gotta duck them jakes. They wanna run in my place, put a gun in my face. Still, I can't get no rest up. Girl, I do not know. I like my girl controlling, cause I can control it. It's toxic, I like the way how it's unfolding.
Independent ladies, na. Keys are born in her pocket so she feel nice. She not borrow girl clothes in her real life. She not sponge pan a boy what him feel like. Can buy some drink if him feel like. Nobody worry about Keys, she alright.
It was all a dream. I used to watch JBC. I know me they a Streetkeeks TV. I just a black ghetto youth like me. You can be anything that you wanna be, yeah. Here man, I'm a Tom all the day out of the slum king. I may represent for Streetkeeks TV Entertainment. Out of the slum, Streetkeeks Ghana road, you know how.
From here, the voice you don't know, say I just son representing for Streetkeeks TV Entertainment. You don't know, you know. We have real friends, but we have some fake ones too.
Yo, you done those tiny booster. You feel me? Straight out of Pecknam, SN1. And right now you're locked to a Streetkeeks TV. You already know the hottest. You already know what's really good.
Yes, my energy empire. So you know you're live with your girl, Miss Keeks. You don't know. Watching the end of year 2024 UK commentary. Sorry, train of thought just went there. But in saying that, let me just get straight into it. You already know that this is the heart and the home for the streets, hip hop, R&B, and urban culture, straight from the UK straight over to the US. So here is where you need to be. Tell a friend to tell a friend right now. Documentaries, live reviews, and all the great things that you like when it comes to music is where it's going to be, right over here. But back to where we was.
You ever got the call? You ever pushed it to the side and forgot to move? You ever wish you could escape when they locked the door? But you can't because it's impossible.
Yeah, man. So big up Put a Paper Millions in that 5th place. But before I get into who I put in 4, I just want to highlight that from Potter's album Pressure Makes Diamonds. One minute. Pressure Makes Diamonds. Auntie Gave Me Legal Aid. 599010 and 3MM. I can't lie to you. Those one touch me. Those one hit me still, because you know when Potter Paper raps, he raps different. And also when it comes to Millions, I want to say big up Dexter Daps for the album, because Dexter Daps actually featured on that album. And if you know, you know, Dexter Daps is one of the leading singers in the dancehall culture. By the way, we do dancehall over here because you know the Caribbean flavor is within us. But Yeah, fourth place. So just drop in the comment section, people. Who would you have given fifth? Potter, Millions. Arcs, you already know. That's Potter Paper and Millions. Drawing in fifth place. Before anyone crashes out and says, how can you do this? Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. As I said to you, the project was just too cold that it was a bit rough. Because respectfully, 2023 winner for the rap albums, Potter Paper had that hands down. Thanks for Waiting stole the show last year. But then he came with a secondary project, Thanks for Hating. It did what it needed to be done. We already know when it comes to Potter. If you don't know, have a look at my Instagram. I drop a lot of Potter over there so you'll get to see how he moves. You could just tap him in on your side of the town and boom, there he is. But nevertheless, as I was saying, see, when it comes to Potter Paper, there's no questions asked if he's gonna deliver when it comes to that rap. The man raps street rap, hardcore life and pain. There's no excuse to say that he ain't gonna deliver. If he don't deliver, it must be a bad day for him. So respectfully, when I heard his secondary album, Thanks for Hating, and was like, oh, he's coming with the fire. Like, especially because on the album, like, yeah, he had some features on there because, you know, like Clavish was on there, Heady One was on there, and just bear with me. I have to look up my little notes. Mons Malone's. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So a couple people was on there. There was some more other features. I'm not gonna call out their names right now. You can go and have a look and tap in. The tracks was fire. It gave what last year's album gave. Pain, life, real storytelling. The beats was crazy. You know, the flow overall was just mad. But then it was like Millions came and dropped his project Ghetto Life, and he hadn't dropped something for a hot minute. I would have to go check again, but I'm pretty sure the last thing he dropped was like possibly a mixtape or a pre-album. So now he's dropped his Ghetto Life, and it's like, okay, yo, when I checked it out, it was like, it was crazy. And before I even continue, the song that you just heard from Potter Paper is called Free Daft. And the song that you just heard me highlight from Millions is I Love My Girl Controlling. But anyways, yeah, Gaza, Freedom Streets, 31st of December, people, don't forget it. The world boss is here live. And as you know, Vibes Cartel will be coming to the UK in July for Wireless. He's already said that. Go check that out. But back to the real rapping things. So when Millions has come now, sorry, the yardie came out on me there. Blame Millions for that one. So obviously, you see when Millions has dropped the project now, I'm going through it and I'm like, ooh, saucy, flavor, catering for the girls. Like, well, we're not surprised because he does have a little style like that. But just overall, considering that he hadn't made music for his fans in album perspective for a minute, what he came with was fire. I can't even lie to you. Like, even when I was going through the album, I sat there and I was like, ooh, mad. I didn't really have no criticisms. One thing I will say about Ghetto Life is that Bestie, Controlling, those two was definitely my favorites. Maybe because I'm a girly and he was catering for us. But otherwise than that, the project, solid. And I would advise you to go check it out. The visuals on there was solid. I also did like Factory Set. Still, I thought that was cold. But outside of the ones that I've actually listed, because I'm running through it right now, sorry, I have to look because I don't want to mess up what I'm saying, you know, because, you know, artists out here, they're sensitive, not talking about Millions, but in general, artists are sensitive when you discuss their projects. So I like, if I say something, if they page money, I can stand on business because that's what I meant. So in saying that, I'm going to leave it to you guys. Let me know, Energy Empire. Go and have a listen to Ghetto Life and Thanks for Hating. And you tell me between Potter Paper or Millions, who should have got the fifth spot and who should have just been 6? Just drop that in the comment section. That's all I need from you.
Rotting in the Ville with 100 roaches. I got guns for the smoke and lungs for smoking. On site means I never really come to soak it.
See?
The shot, he had the spinners, don't forget about them semis. I can think I had more S's than Mississippi.
And in 4th place for the end of year 2024 UK rap albums. Wait. Bravo, Ramsey! Hey! Energy Empire. I have to be excited because music is therapy. And respectfully, Rimsey is not an artist that I always plug in and listen to like that, because there's so many artists, most of the times if they don't hit commercial, you might not know every artist unless you're following the train. So you see, because music is what I be doing and then live and I stand for, I follow up these artists. So out of the 20 albums that I listened to, when I heard Rimsey's album, big up Tef for that little verse there that you heard, before I get into it, that's called Boop 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 Magazine. See, when I heard the intro, then I heard RD coming with Rimsey, I sat there and I said to myself, respectfully, I see where this album is going. Quality. Because from the start to the finish, I can't even lie, I was locked in. And for someone who ain't in my immediate rap collection where it's like, boom, spin on Rimsey, when I listened to his album, I was disappointed with myself that I had to say to myself, yes, Miss Keeks, now you slap him into your collection. Beep, just like that. He actually did his big one with this album. Many reasons. The features that he chose make sense for the style that he was coming with. 2, the cover artwork alone, Feed the Streets. Man's giving evolve. Spiritual energy. I'm going to show you the cover. It's giving man of the hour. So you see, when I saw that, I said, Feed the Streets. Let me see what he's going to come with. Because when you say Feed the Streets, I'm hungry. I'm called Streetkeeks TV. So I really want to know if you're going to feed me. He fed me. He delivered. I was feeling like I was having grapes and all sorts. Respectfully. So in saying that, beats well chosen. Rimsey, I rate that. 2, your features, I like that. There weren't many, but there was enough to complement what it is that you was trying to give us. On top of that, bars, wordplay. Hey, listen, I'm impressed, Rimsey. And you see, for that, that's why I had to give you a clap. To be fair, I was quite excited to drop this 5 because the fact that you was in it, I know people probably thinking, Rimsey's in our top 5, we don't really see her hardly bang out on Rimsey. So now you've seen, don't judge a book by its cover, because one thing about me, I listen to music. And you see, because Rimsey's been an artist that, the industry, there's so many artists in the game, right? So, respectfully, if you don't hit commercial era, you will be lost in a sauce. The only way people would actually know that you are around is if they follow you from the jump. Do you understand? So Rimsey has not actually been one of those artists who I have followed from the jump. I follow his career as an artist when I know, he might be on a feature or he drops a project and I can say, slap that, bang him, shell down his verse. But for this, he just got a subscriber in me. And if he got a subscriber in me, I know for sure that he's got many subscribers from my street team that's coming in the game right now. So everybody go check out Rimsey's album, Feed the Streets, because you see this one? Can't lie to you, big. Even RD featuring on the track The Game. RD was cold. RD came in, even when I was sitting there, I was thinking, what's wrong with Caucasian? The boy can rap still, I say that about all of them secretly, when they're rapping their asses off. And Rimsey and RD, great complimentary track. I enjoyed that. Also, I did like the fact that Tiggs the author was on there two different times, because you see the visuals that was on the album, I liked it, but the actual Rain track, Rimsey did his thing with that. And you see, when you listen and you observe the layout of the track, the energy behind the track was what it was supposed to be. Pot of Paper even being on his album, I liked that. Ray Black mix, I can't lie to you, that's one of my favorite tracks off the album, and I'm about to highlight that right now. So Energy Empire, go and check out Rimsey's album. You won't be disappointed. And also, if you check out an album that I send you to check out and you don't actually like it, drop it in the comment section. Let us know what you think, because everybody's taste is different. But for me, I'm going to have to say he had to be in the 4th position for this one. And one thing with me, I can't say anything light when it comes to the album, because I don't listen to music with light ear span. I listen to music with high energy. So even when you hear me now speaking about it, you can see that that's the joy that the album actually gave to me. And out of 20, Rimsey, big up yourself, especially for someone who I don't always go to and say press play. Now I'm going to be pressing play every single time.
Woman on the works and they froze. Where I'm from, niggas die before they old. Flame, let it burn. I speak gasoline. I got heat, I'm coming. Rain on me. Rain on. I feel the rain on me.
I'm yours. I'm yours. I'm yours. I'm yours. Scratch.
To carry on, think I'm doing this for fun. I'm in it for the long run, like a marathon.
Yes, Energy Empire. I hope you're following so far. So before we continue, in 5th place, we had Millions and Pot of Paper going for a draw. Then in 4th place, we had the one and only Rimsey. Then in 3rd place, we have the big bad Scraps. Yeah. And anyways, Energy Empire, you see this one here? My goodness. Big up Scraps. Yeah. And respect to Scraps on his freedom. Because Scraps come home and just mad up the place with no hesitation. Like, the body of work that he's done, respectfully, mad. I appreciate that he's got a few visuals on the album. First things first, the intro and the outro. The intro and the outro. People slaps. Then he comes in with 9s and you know it goes crazy. Cuban Links does what it needs to do. Alright. See, when you keep going through the album now, you're seeing, alright, some streets, some raps, some gems, some knowledge, what we expect him to do. But then he comes now and he gives us a little melodies in some of the songs. And we have to appreciate that, because, you know, Scraps is usually on the rough side of life. I even appreciate the fact that he had Bella on the album and she did a famous hit. But I would have had liked if Bella gave us a new chorus for that track. But I understand why Scraps would have probably went for that, simply because of the message and the fact that the track is fire. But it's just that when I heard Bella, I was like, oh snap, it's game over now. But then when she sang her hit song, I was like, oh, I wish she gave Scraps a chorus that he will remember forever. But then again, conflicted message, because she did. That's the reason why he drew for the hit song. You get me? So I respect that. Obviously, you know, you got Kano, the one and only Sally from Top Boy on the Marathon feature. Can't lie. That mad. I actually am happy that they used that track for the promo run for this album, because woo, smoky. Scraps did his thing on this album. The beats, I like all the beats, to be fair. The collaborations, do like them, because again, he had Potter and he had Tiggs the author. And you know, one thing I will say is that I'm liking how the artists are actually choosing people to collaborate with that makes sense for their sound and style and not for the clout. Because see, when you go for artists that's just got clout and you just want to use them for their moment, it don't really do you justice. And sometimes it can overshadow you as an artist, and sometimes it can flop you as an artist because you collaborate with someone you think that might have the clout, don't really bring you nowhere. So that's that. But the album definitely Beats Choice. Really liked that. Definitely liked the collaborations on the album. Definitely love the melodies. As you can hear that I'm yours. Hey, had to sing that little piece there because guys had me with that one. But yeah, motivational speech, big. Respectfully, when I went through the albums, Scraps was actually about to be my number one rap album. Then two artists just spun over him clean, and I was like, oh, horror. So then I was like, okay. He can't be no less than third place, because the fact that prior to listening to those last two albums, when I listened to Scraps' album compared to the 20 before that I was doing, nothing compared to the body of work. There's artists whose work, they sound fire and this and that, but respect is due where it's due. Scraps' album smoked it. And big up Scraps too, because he's nominated for a Mobo. I'm going to highlight all the nominees for the Mobos at the end of this video. More blessings incoming. It's the Big Pot Ghetto.
I kept walking away. Look around the world, all I see is double standards. I'm naming a son, Muhammad is a madness. Jackson at airport.
Yes, Energy Empire. So we are getting there. So with a tie, 5th, Potter and Millions. 4, Rimsey, Scraps. 3, number 2. Why for that still? Yeah, but in second place, rounding up to 1, yeah, is the one and only Gets. Come on now, Energy Empire. On purpose with purpose. He never misses. Respectfully, this album, it's a classic. It's a history in the making. Now, the album title alone speaks for itself. On purpose with purpose. And we saw what he already did when he performed Double Standards featuring Sampa, also nominated for a Mobo. Gets is also nominated for a Mobo too. I'm going to highlight all the Mobo nominees at the end. But yeah, Mount Rushmore, Kano and Wretch. 3 gold pieces. Me! Hey! I don't even know how to explain it from there. That alone was classic art. Then, when it goes on, you got Unknown T. I like the Unknown T feature. And to be fair, I was quite shocked that Unknown T and Gets actually did a collaboration. But then, when I think about it, Gets the street, he's rolled. Even though he's evolved and he's a grown big man now, he's still got that energy. So it makes sense that showing love to the young youths. I liked it, worked. Twin Sisters featuring Scraps. We already know that was a crazy moment. That was a different kind of situation altogether. To be fair, Get's album, I really enjoyed it because 1, it was cultural. 2, it was very diverse. 3, it had a message. 4, it was impactful. It's an album that you're not gonna skip over like that without having conscious understanding of what he was trying to deliver. Unless you're someone who only listens to street music but don't love the art in the street of rap, then you'll probably skip some of the tracks because you'll be thinking, it's too conscious. So I'm not gonna lie, heard a couple men in the industry that actually rap, yeah, Ty even favored, say they don't too like conscious rap. The first thing I wanted to do was boop, 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 straight away, because I'm thinking, what do you mean you don't like conscious rap? Conscious rap is the reason why you actually rap. Let's make it make sense. But then again, don't shoot the messenger, because as you know, Miss Keeks is from the street, so my thing set different. But respectfully, I do believe that, okay, we love the streets, we love the energy of the hustle, the raw lyrics, the come up. But when I think about the streets, I think like We didn't intend to stay in the streets. We intend to come out of the streets. So when you're thinking about lyricism, you're thinking that most people who actually put their art into music when they're dropping lyrics, they actually come on with a message that's, sorry about that, they come on with a message that's impactful, where you could sit there and think to yourself like, rah, I'm going to do what I do in the streets, but I'm going to come out the streets and evolve. So, for me, it was just like, wow, it's quite weird how a lot of rappers, not mentioning any names, but a lot of rappers I've heard make these statements saying that conscious rap is a bit too technical and it's too much. They just want a bit of straight rawness. And the thing is, I feel like conscious rap is always raw. It's just the level of intent of how you hear it. See what I'm saying? So if you like conscious street rap, then Gets is a person that you need to be listening to. And outside of that, if you're a grime cat, then you already know what Gets is bringing. Obviously today, Gets is evolved. So though he does grime, it's one of those things where Gets is like grime hip hop. So he comes with messages when he raps. Other artists do the same thing, but in today's era of Gets, you have to listen to him to know what I'm exactly trying to say. So on purpose with purpose, mad. And big up Dexter Daps again. Dexter Daps is getting around, He just deb out the place, so. But I like it. But yeah, Gets, respectfully, your album, top notch. Like, I never expect anything less from you, respectfully. And by the way, people, that track that I played was Blessings featuring Muzzy. Hope I pronounced the feature's name right. Don't come for me if I didn't. Just let me know how it should be said. But yeah, Gets, proud of you. All the great things that you're doing. You definitely deserve that Pioneer Award and all the other great things that's coming ahead of your future, because from where you've started to where you are right now, massive growth. Massive growth. To be fair, the person who's actually number one, we're going to get into that shortly. But before I do go there, I want to say grateful, Tumby, street politics, hallelujah, blessings, Mount Rushmore, double standards, twin sisters, bloods on my hand. Like, Gets really showed out on this album. Like, it's so many different things about this album why you have to respect it, simply because it gives you a little bit of everything. It gives you a little bit of Afro culture, it gives you a little bit of Caribbean taste, it gives you some street heat, then it gives you the conscious era of rap music. So with Gets, when you say diverse on this album, he hit the nail. Definitely diverse with this album. So big up yourself, Gets. I put you in second place. But Energy Empire, you see this person right here when it comes to the first album, the number one spot leading. The person surprised me.
See your brother doing well, they don't wanna see your brother doing good. Wanna see your brother fucked up living in the hood. Wanna see your brother drugged up as an e-ho.
Energy Empire, it's time to get bashy. In leading place, being poor is expensive. Everybody, I just want to say one thing first. Can we please have a moment? Time to get bashy. Energy Empire, it's time to get bashy. In leading place, being poor is expensive. Everybody, I just want to say one thing first. Can we please have a moment of silence? And everybody stand. Standing ovation for Bashi. No lies told. Ross Clitty. Bashi, me not laughing at this. You see, Bashi, I can't lie. Bashi, shoot me for this one. I underestimated what you was going to bring to the table. First and foremost, one thing with me, I don't go around the corner, I and talk, me talk it straight as it go. So you see Bashi now. Bashi is a grime veteran. Yeah? So when Bashi raps, he gives it to us backwards. If you know them lyrics there, you know where that came from. You get me? Ain't on nothing. But back to the business. See Bashi now. You see, because Bashi is a grime artist, right? It's like I was tricked. I was expecting him to come with the grime energy and mad up the place. So, you know, I'm looking forward to when Bashi was in his prime. I might highlight when Bashi's in his prime and he raps. So, you see, when Bashi was in his prime and he come with that kind of energy, I'm thinking to myself, okay, yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. But at the same time, I know that Bashi is going to be hyped. So, maybe what I'm expecting out of the album is not what I'm going to get. Mirrors. No, sir. Bingo. Listen, this is... Let me tell you got something. You see, Bashi? I can't stunt on this. Bashi has to win the Mobile Award for this album. I'm not asking no questions. No offense to no other artist who's done their thing, because one thing with me, I give credit when it's due. But you see, Bashi's project here, this ain't a normal piece of work. It smoked everyone's album. And funnily enough, this was the last album that I listened to. And you see, because it was a grime album, it was like, there was not many grime artists that dropped an album for me to go and listen to. So between the grime section, it would have been like, you know, Gets, Bashi, and Dizzy Rascal that I would have went to go and say, let me go listen to their albums, whatnot. The minute that I played Bashi's album, I actually played Bashi's album live with my cousin in America on the phone. And we went through the whole album. Considering she doesn't know what type of artist Bashi is, she was horrified. She was left speechless from the start to the end, to the point where she was even like, cuz I'm not gonna lie, I know you said that Scraps was leading, but Bashi smoked it. And I had to say so. To the point where I had to double back, because, you know, when I was listening to Bashi, from the start to the finish, you see when the London Borough of Brent came on, it was like, ooh, I'm not expecting this, Bashi. So, ooh, okay, ooh, where we going? Where we navigating? Ooh, talk to me nice. Then I was like, okay, second song, let's see how that plays out. I enjoyed it. Being Poor is expensive. Third track in. So I'm like, anyhow, this track don't get shelly like how I expect it to, considering it's the titled song of the title album. Me and Bashi's going to have some serious words. Me, mama. We got to Bashi's grandma as well, because that touched me. Yeah. Listen, Bashi's album, I don't even know what to... You see how I'm stuttering? I don't even know what to say about it. Bashi is in a league by himself. And you know the maddest thing is about it, most artists are, but you see with this situation here, you see Bashi use Sticky to highlight his album. So I listened to Sticky and I was thinking, yeah, I like Bashi's two different flow sets, the cadence and where he's going with it. But then at the same time, I was like, all right, Bashi, say no more. You gave us some heat. Didn't expect nothing else, because he's known to be someone who sprays lyrics. But what it was for me, I was thinking, hold on a minute. Bashi violated us all. The man drew for Sticky, knowing that the album is like spoken word, poetry, conscious rap. The album's a different era. Listen, let me tell you something. From start to finish, me and my cousins and my family in America was like, rah. Every second. You know, like we even had to silence our own self just to take in the whole album. Like, Bashi came hard. And you know, one of the reasons too why he scored so high with me on this album is because the man barely had any features. Barely barely had any features. On top of that, he had like one of the smallest amount of songs on his album. And when I saw 11 songs, I was like, you know what? Respectfully, Bashi, you didn't even need no more. Because in 11 songs, you wrapped it up mad. That if you didn't respect that album, then something's wrong with you. That is just the facts, because the energy what he was coming with was crazy. From the start to the finish, the story. The start to the finish, the story. That I had to sit there and say, my goodness, man hasn't been out doing music for so long, and then he come back with a vengeance. No, sir. I was sitting there and I was like, okay. So, I'm locked in. I'm thinking, my goodness. You know when you have to sit there and say to yourself, what, am I listening to Bashi? But I really was. That's how you know the man just flipped it on us different. Well done, Bashi, because your beats, cold. Lyricism, I'm not going to lie to you. Them lyrics there, I don't even know. Like I said, everybody, moment of silence. You see, one of the most impactful songs on this, yeah? How Black Men Lose Their Smile, Made in Britain, Lost in Dreams, Blessed. To be fair, I'm not going to even lie. Midnight in Balance, my goodness. Treasure. Listen, Bashi, the visual that you gave to us was enough. We needed nothing more. I liked the 3 videos that I saw, and I loved how you highlighted your grandma and everything. Obviously, Sweet Boys Turn Sour, I really liked that, to be honest. The only thing I will say is that I wish that we got to see, like, because you see when you listen to the album, Bashi is giving you the story from his youth to his adulthood. And there were some scenes, like, I think it was Sweet Boys Turn Sour, that visual where you got to actually see him in like a reflective state. I just wish that with this album, that Bashi gave us some uncut scenes to how he got hair, because how he got hair, I'm shocked. I literally never expect Bashi to come with this kind of energy. I really thought he was going to come with his original style, grime. But he didn't. He came with the hip hop side of things that I was like, ooh. And even though he did have his grime energy on the album, because you can't take that away from him, because Bashi has a different type of sound and style. So the grime era was there. I even think I heard a bit of garage, to be fair, on like one of the beats. It was like a bit of a grime and a garagey mix kind of thing, which I really did like that. I think that combined very well. But overall, Bashi, I'm going to hand it to you with this one. You lead my number 1 for the UK artist right now in 2024 that has dropped an album. Shouts out to all 5 of you, but respect is respect. Bashi, being poor is expensive, and I hope that you never ever lose your smile again, because you see this album, it's worth you smiling every single moment of the day. And in saying that, Energy Empire, I hope you liked my rundown, and I'm going to drop all of my 1 nominees right now. I'm out. I bad all 6 of you, because remember, we've had a draw on this top 5 here. You all did your big one. Big up yourselves.
What you telling me? Man was made in Britain, man was raised in Britain, but I feel like the enemy.